Hey guys, and welcome to another guide for Season 6 of League of Legends support role, and in this guide we will be going over Braum. Braum is a really tanky support in this meta. He's always been tanky. He's a great support. He offers a lot of range of things with his kit, a lot of playmaking potential and protection for your team. His skills are as follows. So you want to start with his passive. His passive is the concussive blows. Basically it stacks on an enemy champion from a basic attack. So you get 4 stacks, they're stunned for a couple of seconds. This can either be your auto attacks or it can be your ADCs or any ally at all, but it has to be basic attacks to stack. It's great in team fights for tagging people. You go around, you hit so many people, and then if you've got an ADC like Jinx who has a lot of AoE damage with her rockets, it can stack up really fast and it can turn a fight really quickly. His Winter's Bite, that's his Q, throws out ice from his shield, does magic damage based on his maximum health. This is really good because this also applies a stack of concussive blows. So if you hit your Q on an enemy, it slows them down, so you can get up to them and you can add the other 3 stacks in order for them to get stunned. So it's a really handy thing on Braum. His stand behind me is his W. This basically, he leaps in front of an ally who's in danger. You both gain armor and magic resist for a few seconds, so it offers a little bit protection, although it's not the most remarkable thing about Braum's kit, but it does go well with his E. His E is unbreakable. This intercepts all projectiles that hit you or that are coming in your direction, and you can block for the champion that you're negating the attacks for. So providing that you put the shield in the correct direction, it negates the first attack completely. So this can be a Caitlyn ult, it can be a Jinx ult, it can be anything. It totally takes away the damage. You aren't taking any damage from it, and neither is anyone that are behind you and your shield. After that, any attacks coming in your direction that are ranged or whatever, it's gonna take a little bit of damage, but not as much as it should do. So this combined with your stand behind me can save a champion, can save your ADC, and it can turn a fight as well. His R is Glacial Fissure. It knocks up enemies when casted and slows them when they stand in the fissure once it's on the ground. This is great if you've got a team comp with a Yasuo that needs a knock up. You knock up 3 champions, wombo combo, team fight's already over before you know it. If they don't, they're going to land in the fissure and they're going to be slowed anyway, so they'll be in that vicinity. So it's pretty much a great engager. It's all round, his kit is really good for engaging, it's good for team fights, and it's really tanky, which makes it even better. His runes are flexible. I like to do this. I like to take 9 Mark of Armour reds, 9 Seal of Armour yellows, 9 Magic Resist blues, 3 Quints of Armour. Really basic tanky page. If you want to do more damage with his Q, take out the Seal of Armours, replace it with Seal of Health, or you can put Scaling Health in there. So the later the game goes on, the more damage Braum would do with his Q. That totally is optional. I mean, I like to go with the tanky so that you get that extra armor in there, but it's totally up to yourself. For Masteries, 0, 12 and 18, we don't want any offense on Braum at all. Cunning, we're going to end it with Bandit. You gain 1 gold for any minion that's killed near you. You also gain 10 gold if you hit an enemy. So if you go up and you hit an enemy and you're a melee champion like Braum, you gain 10 gold, no problem. And this is a great income for Braum, because during laning phase there's not going to be much happening other than you protecting the ADC, and if the jungler comes, I mean, you can engage and you're going to get that 10 gold anyway, because you're going to be right in the face of the enemy. For your resolve, we've gone with Insight, Legendary Guardian and Bond of Stone. Now Insight obviously reduces your summoners by 15%. This can make or break anything. Your flash, if you blow your flash, is going to be up before the enemy ADCs, you know, so it's really handy, as well as the exhaust or the ignite, whatever you take. As well as that, you've got your Legendary Guardian, +3 armor and magic resist for each ally champion. Again, in team fights, This may make a difference, it may not, it totally depends, but it's also good for keeping your team alive and adding that extra resistance on top of it. Bond of Stone is a catch-22. Sometimes I like to take it on my tanky support, sometimes I don't. For Braum, he's a really good champion for taking damage and negating damage, so I like to take it on him because he's the ideal champion to take on. Basically 4% damage reduction to yourself, but 6% of the damage that is dealt to an ally champion is also dealt to you, you know, so I'm not so sure on it, but it's really good on Braum because it means that you can keep the damage dealer alive for longer. And you should be giving your life anyway as a support to make sure your ADC lives and adds as much damage as they can to the fight. So that's the Masteries out of the way, so I'm going to go into the build now. Now his build is pretty straightforward. What I like to go is Faces a Mountain, Sightstone, and then your boots. I like swiftness and mobility boots at the minute. I'm not sure about any of you that go with your supports. These boots are influential at all stages. Mobility boots for getting around the map, swiftness for reducing the slows and stuff like that, so it's really handy for catching up and adding those concussive blows. Eye of Equinox can work, although I really like the shield that Face of the Mountain gives. You're only gaining so much health with the Eye of Equinox as well. So I'd probably stick to Face of the Mountain, but situational things may occur where you might have to go Eye of Equinox, and that is probably good. Talisman of Ascension on Braum, I probably wouldn't do it. Again, I didn't put Richest Glory into this, but that could be an option as well. Although again, I probably wouldn't go down that route because there's much more beneficial items that you can put on Braum. So your level 9 Oracle, you want to upgrade that as soon as you get it. Of course, don't get rid of your ward until you've got a Sightstone, otherwise you're going to be a bit blind. And also buy a Vision Ward wherever you can. I like to keep 2. I like to keep 2 if there's a Shaco or if there's a Rengar or someone who has some sort of stealth twitch. Keep 2 in your inventory so that all times if it does get cleared, you've got a backup as well. So your options are going to be like this. For your armour, there's Randuins, Omen, there's Deadman's Plate, Frozen Heart. Thornmail, I'm not too sure. I don't think you could benefit enough from that. Totally depends on the team comp as well, but again, I still wouldn't get it if there was a Yi or double ADC or whatever. Zeke's Harbinger, this is a pretty good item that could go on Braum. It would also apply to his Winter's Bite, so it would do some magic damage. Other than that, I'd probably stick to Randuin's Omen. That's probably your main one. You want to slow them down as well. The active is really good from it. Deadman's Plate is a very good item as well. Again, it gives you the health so that your Winter's Bite can do more damage. For your options too, this is your magic resist, so you've only got 3 items basically that you should really go is Locket of Iron and Solaril. If they got a lot of magic on the other team, Banner Command is really good as well because they can't clear the lanes. Banshee's View again is really good. So thank you for watching my guide, guys. I hope this encouraged you to play Braum. Braum is a really good champion in this meta, and I'll see you all in the next one.